Welcome, my friends. I am Miranda and you are here with May Yoga. Today we're going to be doing a full yoga practice, Hatha style, so very nice, more on the gentle side, holding poses for a while, letting the body adjust and settle in some of these. There will be a small focus on our beautiful hips today. So for props, please make sure that you have water. It's not going to be high intensity like speed-wise, but you might always have that water nearby. It's a good idea. If this is your first time practicing with me, please check the description below this video, find a link for a separate video called Tips for a Safe Yoga Practice, and watch that first. To begin, let us just kind of find a nice comfortable seated position. We're going to hold for a moment. We're going to start to arrive in this beautiful space in this time. So I invite you to have a cross-legged position. Just let your arms relax at the side, palms facing up, and begin to draw your attention to your breath. Taking deep inhales through the nose, holding at the top of the breath for a moment, and then exhaling fully again through the nose and holding at the bottom of your breath for a moment before starting the next cycle of breath. If you would like to create an intention for your practice today, your intention can be a goal for yourself or a wish for another person, for this planet we live on, whatever you want to put your focus on today, your energy toward. It gives your practice a bit more of a focus, of a place for that work to go toward, and it helps kind of bring a little bit extra purpose into your practice. So this intention can be something as simple as, I intend to forgive myself for past mistakes, I intend to love myself more, or I intend to forgive another, or to show more peace to the world. So feeling that intention, we will set the intention and begin our practice with our 3 deep breaths. So bring the hands together at the heart. Your first Anjali Mudra, hands pressing nicely together at your heart center. And on the inhale, the arms will move in a circle away from the body until the palms touch overhead. And on the exhale, the hands come back down the center line of the body to the heart. And chant Om if you wish, or simply follow with the breath and the arm movements. So exhaling fully, pressing the hands a little tighter together, and begin. Inhale, arms nice and wide. Palms touch and Om. Second big breath in. Last deep inhale, arms up. Holding the hands steady at your heart. Feeling that beautiful vibration the Om creates throughout the whole body, helping center you and prepare you for your practice. Inhale and exhale. Release the hands, open the eyes. We're going to start our practice off with some beautiful sun salutations. So go ahead and come up to the top of the mat in a standing position. I'll see you there. All right, everyone, so finding our first Tadasana, first mountain pose. Feet are hip width distance apart, parallel. Think of scooping that tailbone down, rolling the shoulders open, letting the arms relax for a moment, feeling that connection from the ground to your feet. We'll begin and end every sun salutation in Tadasana. So you can always just join me, closing the eyes for a moment, coming back to sturdiness. Bringing the hands together at the heart. We're going to go very slow as always on this first set, holding each pose for a few moments, letting the body start to warm up. So open the eyes, bend the knees slightly, inhale, swoop those arms all the way up. Just going to a straight line for this first one, palms facing each other, relax the shoulders down, making space around the ears. Just think about maybe warming up the hands a little bit. You can move the fingers, make circles with the wrist. A lot of yoga is putting pressure on those hands and those wrists, so it's nice to give them a little extra attention, warm them up. Inhale here, and then hinging at the hips, keep the belly drawn in, engage the core, let the arms go forward until you're about halfway there, and then let the body fold forward, curving the spine, just letting yourself relax here, letting gravity start to kind of open up the back a little bit. Just hanging here, not putting any pressure on the spine, start to warm up the legs as well. On your next inhale, come up to a flat back, so squeeze those shoulders up towards the ears, and then the shoulder blades get drawn behind you. So they come in, your belly button is pulled in, your shoulders are open, you're looking down at the ground in front of you. So nice, beautiful flat backs, still engaging the core muscles while we're waking up those legs. Take a breath in here, and then exhale. Draw the hands down to the mat. Bend the knees if you need to get the palms down. And you're going to step that left foot back and coming into a lunge. So you want that right knee over the right ankle. That back leg is straight. You're on the ball of the back foot. Being up on the fingertips here, maybe giving yourself a little extra height, unless you're already loosened up into those hips and you can bring the hands down. Okay, but this is a nice gentle warm-up sun salutation, so give yourself that height. Taking a breath in here, drawing the palms down to the mat, and then stepping back to plank on your exhale. So your feet are again hip width distance apart behind you. Straight legs, you want your shoulders over those wrists, and you're looking down at the mat, the space between the hands. Pushing into the hands here to take the weight out of the wrist joints. Inhale. And on your exhale, bend the knees, keep those hips squeezed up. Draw the chest towards the mat and then the chin. Keep the elbows close to the ribs, close the eyes here for a moment. Just doing a nice little lower back squeeze. Starting to wake up the lumbar part of your spine. And then dropping the whole front of the body down to the mat. Inhale here and exhale. On your next inhale, hands are under the shoulders, push into the hands. Maybe just do a half cobra or Jabudjanasana. Again, elbows are kept close to the ribs, drawing the arms towards the sides of the body, looking forward. Breathe in here. And then we're going to move up to a tabletop for our first set, going towards down dog, but let's do a few cat-cows, kind of start to wake up the back a bit more. So knees come under the hips. Again, your hands, your wrists are underneath the shoulders. On your inhale, drop the belly, look up to the sky. And on the exhale, round the spine, pull the chin towards the chest. Doing 3 rounds of these. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Last one here. And exhale. Coming back to neutral spine here in tabletop. Tuck the toes under. On your next exhale, push into those feet. Draw yourself to your down dog. First down dog of the day, so come to it nice and easy. Maybe keep the knees a little bent. So we can start to kind of work into our down dog in a nice and gentle manner. Maybe walk the dog a little, pedaling the feet. Last breath here, guys. And on that inhale, just float that left foot up behind you. And exhale, draw it to the front. Using the hand, your left hand if you need to bring that foot up. Settling here for a moment before we do a little hip flex or warm up. So on your inhale, you're going to allow the body to move slightly forward on your mat. And on the exhale, move it to the back, straightening that front leg slightly, bowing forward. Again, moving with the breath here, starting to really bring awareness to your breathing, making sure you're never holding your breath. Last one, on to exhale to the back, and then bend that front knee, inhale, step the right foot forward, and exhale, fold. Maybe while you're here, if your fingertips touch the ground, you can think about just pedaling the feet out again, warming up those ankles, maybe getting a little firecracker hop like I do. And then coming back to stillness, bend those knees to take the pressure out of the lower back. Inhale, draw yourself up. Bring the palms together. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms outward, stretching the hands, looking up at the sky, getting very tall here. And then bring the hands together. On your out breath, draw those hands to the heart, returning to mountain pose, closing the eyes, and taking a slow breath here. Moving on to the other side, open the eyes, bend the knees, inhale, arms come all the way up. First going in that straight line, and now we're going to bring a little bit of a back bend into it. So just a cervical part of your spine back bend, moving the arms back. Keep that pelvis tucked forward, so there should be no strain here on your lower back. Just working into the upper back here. Inhale and exhale. Again, hinge the hips, straight back until you reach halfway, and then going into that forward fold. Now this is our third forward fold, so maybe we can bring a little bit of twist into it if you'd like. Just walking those fingertips over from one side to the other. Starting to wake up our back a bit more. And then coming back to center. Breathing in, coming up to a flat back, so shoulder blades squeeze together, arms are relaxed in front of you. You can either leave those arms dangling, or if you want to be a little more active here while we hold this, you can bring the hands to the front of the legs, below or above the knees, and push a little into the legs, drawing those shoulders a little more open. Breathe in and exhale. Hands come down to the mat, bending the knees if you need to bring the palms down. And we're stepping that right foot back into that lunge. So again, 90-degree bend on that front knee, straight back leg. Your feet are hip-width distance apart. Staying up on the fingertips again if you'd like. Kind of give yourself a little bit more height here. Don't forget to breathe. You'd be amazed how much in exercise we're holding our breath. So it's a great thing about yoga. We really focus on making sure that you stay oxygenated. All right, so palms come down to the mat. Inhale, push into the hands. Exhale, step back to plank. Holding here, building up a little warmth, some beautiful strength. Plank is just a great all-over body, full body pose. Looking down at the ground. Inhale. You can either knees, chest, chin, or maybe just slowly lower yourself, whatever you like. Coming down to the mat. And then inhale, pushing through maybe to a full cobra now. So you're looking forward, keeping those hips low, and just opening the shoulders, the chest a bit more. Beautiful, guys. Really starting to warm up those spines a bit more. We're going to move towards downward dog. So coming down just a little bit, being gentle with yourself. Tuck those toes under. Push yourself up, down dog. Holding in this down dog for our 3 slow breaths. Maybe walking the dog a little here, pedaling those feet out. And then one last breath here. Moving on the right side. Inhale, float that right foot up. Exhale, bring it to the front, to that lunge. Doing into our hip flexor work now. So inhale more towards the front of the mat. And exhale, move to the back. 2 more of these, moving with the breath. Inhale forward. And exhale back. Last one, inhale. And exhale. On your next in-breath, step that left foot forward and fold. This is our last forward fold we're really going to hold in. So if you'd like, you can grab the backs of the legs. Using the strength of your arms, pull yourself a little deeper. Holding here for just one more slow breath. Then release the hands, bend the knees. Inhale, swoop those arms up. Last one, we're really going to be holding here again. So go ahead and interlace all of those peace fingers, those first 2 fingers. And we're going to do a little calf raise. So inhale, come up on the balls of the feet. Looking up at the sky if you have the balance. It's okay, get a little wobbly with me. Recalibrating our body and our balance. Inhale here. And let the feet come down to the mat, hands back to the heart, close the eyes. Feeling the difference, just 15 minutes or so makes in the body. Starting to feel a lot more loose, energized, and hopefully even a little relaxed while you're at it. So, taking one more breath here before we move to the second set, which will be moving with our breath. Open the eyes, bend the knees, inhale, moving with the breath, going into that cervical back bend on the inhale. Exhale, draw the arms forward, all the way, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, pull the belly in. Exhale, hands come down, step that left foot back, hold here for that in-breath, get the palms nice and flat. Exhale, step back to plank. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, take the vinyasa coming down to the mat. Inhale when you swim through. And exhale, down dog. Stay here for 3, making sure that your ears are between the biceps, between your arms. Your heels are being drawn back towards the mat. Last breath here. Inhale, left foot floats up. Exhale, bring it to the front. Inhale, right foot forward, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, come all the way up, palms touch. Exhale to the heart. Close the eyes, take a breath here. And begin. Bend the knees, inhale, come up, cervical back bend. Exhale, draw the arms forward. Inhale, lengthen the back, making it flat. Exhale, palms down, right foot steps back. Stay here for that inhale. Exhale, back to plank. Hold here, breathe in. And out, coming down to the mat. Inhale, come up. And then exhale to down dog. Again, stay for 3 breaths. Finding beautiful, strong down dogs. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Pushing in all parts of the hand. One more breath here. And then inhale, the right foot comes up. Exhale to the front. Inhale, step the left foot forward. And exhale, fold. Breathe in, come all the way up to the top. And returning, Anjali Mudra, eyes closed. Moving to our third sun salutation set. Open the eyes, bend the knees, inhale, come up, upper back bend. Exhale, draw the arms forward to fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands come down, we're stepping that left foot back, and we're holding here. We're going to be moving into our extra bits here. So drop that back knee, point the toes back, pushing into the shins, drawing the weight out of the left knee. When you're ready, hands come to the top of the right leg here on the quadricep. And you start to kind of move the hips forward, getting a beautiful opening here to the front of that left hip. Holding here, pushing the hands into the right quadricep, opening the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades together, looking forward. We're going to be moving into a little bit of a twist here on both sides. So we're moving towards the arm, the left arm going towards that back leg at first, but swoop those arms up on the inhale, kind of like warrior one arms here. And then exhale, like a helicopter, drop those arms out to the side, twisting the body. Dropping the left hand towards that left leg. Maybe it's just on the back of the lower back, that's fine, if that's where you're at today. Or maybe the back of that left hamstring, or all the way to the left calf, wherever you are. And then you're going to float that right arm up. Right palm is facing down towards the ground. Opening the front part of our body, still working into the left hip. A beautiful back bend here. And then on that next breath, you're going to come back up, warrior one arms, and then twisting to the other side. So right arm moves back, and now the left hand is going to come to the top, maybe the outside of that right leg, and then that right arm is going to draw to the back of the left hamstring. Using your hands here, help twist yourself, looking towards the back of the mat, pulling that right shoulder back, squeezing everything here in this gorgeous twist, still working on that left hip, but getting a little bit of a bonus here. Moving to look at the camera, getting a little bit wobbly maybe. Last breath. And then inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Finishing this off by moving to lizard pose. So now you're going to walk that right foot out towards the outside of the mat. Both hands come to the inside. Holding here, this is where you're at today, or if it's available to you. You're going to draw yourself down to the forearms. Clasping the fingers perhaps, dropping the head down, close the eyes. Bringing the focus a bit into the other hip now. Still pushing into that left shin, protecting the left knee. Holding here for a few more breaths. Really settling into this Uttanapishtasana, beautiful lizard pose. Taking one final deep breath here. And then gently start to release yourself, drawing yourself up to your hands if you came down to the forearms, walking that foot back in between the hands. We're going to finish this side off by taking the vinyasa. So pick up that back knee, push into the hands, step back to plank, stay here for that in breath, and then take your vinyasa. Holding in down dog, as always, for 3 slow breaths. Maybe really noticing the difference between the left and the right hip right now. Final breath here. And then moving to finish it off. Inhale, left foot floats up. Exhale, bring it to the front. Inhale, right foot forward. And move into that fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, swoop up, palms touch. And exhale, bring it to the heart. Closing the eyes. Taking some time here, settling in our mountain pose, enjoying that stillness. Final breath before we move to the right side. Open the eyes and begin. Inhale, swoop those arms up, upper back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, tabletop, draw the belly in. Exhale, hands come down to the mat, stepping that right foot back. Holding here, moving to this beautiful series. Drop that back knee, push the right shin into the mat. When you're steady here, make sure that you are hip width distance apart. Draw the hands up to the top of that left quadricep. Pushing into that left quadricep. Opening the shoulders. Going into a back bend, but bringing a bit more focus into that front right hip. Moving into our twist now. So swoop those arms up like warrior one arms. Exhale. Right arm moves to the back. When you're here, wherever you went on that other side, do that the same thing. And then that left arm floats back. Left palm is facing down towards the earth. Looking up at the sky. Getting a lovely back bend here. And then coming back up, warrior one arms, and moving to the other side. Helicopter arms back. And now we're going to go into a bit of a twist. Right hand comes to the top of that left leg. Left hand comes to the back of that right leg. And now twisting, using your hands, pulling that left shoulder back, looking over towards the back of the mat. Pushing into that right shin, protecting that right knee. One last slow breath here, guys. And now arms come up and down to the mat. Moving to Uttanapishtasana. So bring that left hand in, walk the left foot out to the outside of the hand, to the edge of the mat. And again, stay here if this is where you were at on the other side. Or on your next exhale, start to draw yourself, bringing the forearms down to the mat, interlace the fingers, relax the head, close the eyes, making sure you're not holding any stress in our gorgeous faces. Enjoying this pose as much as possible. Really trying to bring that attention inward. Staying present, not thinking about what you're doing after this practice or what happened before. Always being as present and aware as possible. Last breath here. And then gently come on up. Bringing the hands down if you were in that forearm extension. Walk that left foot in, draw the left hand to the outside. We'll finish this off with our vinyasa. So pick up that right knee, pushing to the mat, step back to plank, hold here for the in-breath, and now take the vinyasa. Everyone meeting in down dog, sticking in it for those 3 slow breaths. So really noticing the difference of your first down dog to this one. Really enjoying how your body responds. And then finishing it off, right foot floats up. Exhale, bring it to the front. Inhale, left foot steps forward. And exhale, fold. Inhale, come on up. Palms together. And exhale, to the heart. Having the eyes closed, just, again, I'm all about appreciating the body. So really, maybe take this moment, send some gratitude to the body. Send a little appreciation. Noticing how different you feel, noticing where strength was brought in. And just really take this time to say thank you to these lovely vehicles that carry us throughout our lives. Inhale, push the hands tighter together. And exhale, release, open the eyes. So that was our lovely sun salutation warm-up. We're next going to be moving to a balancing part and standing part of our practice. So if it's easier for you to be near a wall, if you're feeling you need that support, or near a chair, go ahead and do that now, grab that. It's easier for some people to go ahead and come off the mat, so that's what I'm going to do today, kind of show you that. And I will see you there in a minute. All right, moving on to our balance part of this practice. We're going to be working into a figure four standing pose. For my beginners, I want you to just go to tree, because this can be a little bit hard for people just starting out in yoga. We'll start on our right side. I'm going to switch to be your mirror to be a little easier for you. So we're going to ground down in that right foot. Maybe move the toes on the right foot, just kind of wiggle them down and zipper them down from the small to the big. And kind of pick up that right heel. Try to make a flat platform with that right foot. And then finding your drishti. Now this is the important thing. You don't want to look at this video for this part. You really just want to listen to my words if possible, because finding that focal point, you keep your eyes on something that doesn't move, will help you in your balance. Okay, so finding that spot that is immobile, so not me, shifting the weight over to the right side. For my beginners, we're moving to tree, so go ahead and draw that left foot into the inside of that right leg, above or below the knee on that right leg, and then that left knee opens up perpendicular from the body. For my more advanced practitioners, you're going to go ahead and draw the outside of that left foot towards the front of the right hip, and then that left knee draws down. Holding on to the right foot here, try to keep it a bit flexed to protect the knee. And you can stay here, maybe float that left arm up to the sky. Or if you want to go into a little bit of a bind, draw that left arm behind the body, cross it behind the lower back, and then grab the big toe, the toes, on that left foot. And then the right arm floats up. So going to where you can today to hold here. Beautiful figure four poses, gorgeous for the hips, and balancing is always a great practice to bring into your yoga. One final slow breath here. And then start to release yourself wherever you were in this pose, gently drawing that left foot back towards the earth, and then walk it out. So just release that. Release the hips, kind of releasing the legs. Now, of course, moving to the other side. So we're going to be on the left foot now. Maybe wiggle the toes on the left foot. Zipper them down from pinky toe to big toe. Opening the feet nice and wide. Pick up that left heel, pull it back. Grounding yourself here. And now is where you find your focal point, your drishti. Maybe just a spot on the floor ahead of you, something that doesn't move. And when you're ready, you're feeling nice and steady here on that left foot. Moving that right foot up. Again, for my beginners, or those just wanting more gentle practice today, move to tree pose. Right knee opens out. Or if it's available to you today, coming into that figure four. Drawing the right knee so it's pointing down to the earth. Right foot is flexed, pushing the outside of that right foot into the front of the left hip. Staying here with that right arm floating up. Or if you feel that flexibility in that right shoulder, draw the arm behind the back, reaching for the toes on that right foot. And then floating that left arm up to the sky. Enjoying these poses as much as possible, using that wall or that chair if you need that support. And then slowly start to release. Letting that right foot come down and again walk it out. And you might notice most people are stronger on one side than the other. That is normal. Do not criticize yourself ever, okay? That's a good rule in life in general, but especially in yoga. All right, so we're gonna come back to our mats. Maybe take a little bit of water and I'll see you at the top of the mat. Okay, my friends. Finishing off the standing part of our practice today, we're going to work into Trikonasana and reverse Trikonasana. So triangle pose. So to start, we're going to be at the front of the mat. We're going to work on that left leg first. So go ahead and step the left foot back and turning that left foot out 90 degrees. Now it's up to you how much space you want to give. I recommend around 3 feet of space between the right and the left foot. But it depends on your flexibility. So finding that spot you can hold. You want that front foot pointed to the front of the mat, and that foot in the back is pointed to the side. So you're giving yourself a nice 90-degree angle here. Right heel is connected to about the middle of that left foot into the arch. And then drawing the hands to the hips to start. Inhale, float the arms up, palms facing down. And then I want you to imagine for Trikonasana, I want you to imagine that I am there with you and I am pushing into this kind of psoas muscle area here, sending your left hip back towards the back of the mat. Do not collapse forward or back, just draw the right hand forward. And when you reach your maximum movement to the front of the mat, hold this, all right? You're just going to move the arms down, so draw that right hand to the top of the right leg. And then swoop that left arm down and all the way up. This is great for your hips, but it's also really lovely for those inner thighs. I'm sure you can feel that a little bit, hopefully with me. If you can't, widen your stance here. Go a little deeper, perhaps. Looking up at the sky towards that left hand. Taking 2 more slow breaths here. And now we're going to go into a reverse. So bend that front knee just a little to draw yourself up. Straighten both legs again. And now just doing a little back bend to finish this off. So left hand comes behind you on the back of that left leg. And then the right arm is up. The right palm can be face down if you have that flexibility in your back. Want to do a little bit of a back bend. Squeezing it all here, looking up at the sky. We're going to move to the other side. You can either just come up to standing and move into this like we did for this side, or if you want to join me into a vinyasa, you're going to inhale, the arms come up, exhale, pinwheel them down to the mat, and then move into that vinyasa. So step back to plank, exhale down, inhale, swim through, and exhale, take that down dog. Pedaling here a few times. And then with the left foot, you're going to float it up. And then exhale, bring it to the front. Moving to the triangle pose on the other side. Drop that back foot so that it's 90 degrees. Left heel draws that line to the middle of your back foot. And then you're going to inhale, come up. Straighten the legs when you're at the top. Checking the width of your feet here. Checking your alignment. Hands on the hips to begin. You want to have your hips kind of parallel to the edge of the mat as much as possible. And then arms come out. Again, imagine I'm there pushing on this left side. So exhale, drawing the left hand forward. When you reach your maximum, Draw that left hand down to the top of the left leg, or maybe down to the mat. And then you're going to inhale. Swoop the right arm all the way up to the sky. Turning your head to look up towards the right hand if you can. Again, gently adjusting your stance if this is too much. Discomfort is good, but we never want to have pain, remember. Taking just a few more breaths here. And then bending that front knee slightly. Use your core. Bring yourself up and straighten the legs at the top, going into the reverse triangle. So right hand comes to the back of that right leg, going in a little bit to a back bend if you can, looking up at the sky and holding. One more breath here, guys. We're almost done. And then either just meet me in down dog or take the vinyasa with me. Bring the hands back to the mat. Inhale back to plank. Hold here. And then finish it off. Chaturanga Dandasana on the exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Everyone meeting in down dog. This is our final down dog of the day, so really enjoy it. Getting that back as straight as possible, ears between the arms, heels drawing back to the mat. And then we're moving with the right foot now. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, bring it to the front. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Exhale, fold. Stay here in this forward fold, and you're going to bend the knees a little and draw the hands up the front of the legs, curving the spine, and at the top, squeeze the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale. 2 more shoulder rolls. Love these shoulder rolls. Inhale, up, exhale, shoulder blades squeeze together. Last one, inhale, and exhale. All right, so next we are moving down to the mats. So go ahead and take a seat, and I'll see you there. Everyone meeting here at a seated position. We're going to be moving to Gomukhasana legs and with a little bit of a twist. So it's really great for your hips, but if you do have knee problems, I want you to be really careful with this. Maybe only go to half Gomukhasana legs. I'll show you that. So we're going to start, again, I'll be your mirror. We'll start with the right side. So bringing the right knee kind of towards the front so it's pointed away from you. Very important throughout all of this, you keep the feet flexed. This flexion is going to, again, protect your knees from torsion. It's a really good practice, even if you don't have knee problems. Now for those that are maybe less flexible or are worried about hyperextending their knees, stay here. This is fine. You're going to go into a twist, okay? But if you like to join me, if you can, if it's available, you're going to cross that left leg over. And you're trying to draw the knees, kind of stacking them on top of each other. So both knees are pointed towards the front. Really great opening here into that left hip here. Again, feet are flexed. So now we're bringing the back into it, making like a nice full body kind of stretch. We're going to go into a twist. So you can inhale, draw the arms up to the sky. Palms face each other at first. And on the exhale, start to draw that left hand behind the body, 1 palm length away from the lower back. Walk it out to 1 palm length. And then that right hand comes to the top of the left leg. And just using your hands here, twisting yourself. Supine twist, seated twist are really, really great. It's always nice to get some spinal work here. And you're really going to hold it to allow the back to get as much benefit as you can. So with every inhale, imagine sitting up a little taller, and every exhale, twisting a little deeper, pushing into those hands, drawing that left shoulder back. going to release this on our next inhale. So inhale, arms again come up. Just doing a small counter twist. So bringing the hands to the opposite side of the body, pushing into the mat, drawing that left shoulder forward, kind of resetting the body a bit. And then gently come back up to seated. All right? Working on the other side. So use your hands here, supporting the legs, switching sides. Now your left knee is going to be on bottom. That knee points to the front. Flexing that foot, of course, staying here. If you want to, you can always just twist, or if you'd like to join me for this full Gomukhasana legs. Right knee comes stacked on top of the left. Flexing both feet very actively here. Okay. And then we're going to swoop those arms up. And move into the twist. Left hand comes to the top of that right leg. Right hand, one palm length away from your lower back. Holding here. I really do love the image of your core being a towel or a sponge that's full of water. And with twist, you really think about wringing it out. So it's kind of a nice image to hold of like massaging all your internal organs in the middle of your body. Kind of the imagery thing usually helps a lot of people really enjoy the full benefit of a pose. So right shoulder is always being pulled back, looking over behind you, twisting out the core, wringing out the sponge. And 2 last slow breaths here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and draw the arms up to the sky again. And moving into the counter twist. So hands come to the mat, to the left side of the body, and pull that right shoulder forward. Push yourself back up, release the legs, just drawing the knees in towards the body, wrapping the arms around. Give yourself a big, beautiful hug here for all the work you've done so far. Maybe relaxing the chin down to the chest, closing the eyes for a moment. And then we're going to move to our backs from here. So nice and easy way to do this, of course, just turn yourself on the mat if you were turned sideways like me. Release one leg at a time. And you can just come down flat to the mat, release yourself back, or if you want to engage those abdominal muscles, it's always a good thing to do, right? You can inhale here in Dandasana. And then exhale, start to lower yourself, arms come out in front of you, and just draw yourself slowly down towards the mat. Using those core muscles, releasing yourself down ever so slowly, and then relax for a moment here. We're not at Shavasana yet, don't get too excited. All right, we got a couple more things to do, not much. But if you do have a ponytail, you might need to release it a little bit like me. So the back of the head can be on the mat, very nice and firm to the mat. We're going to move into thread the needle, or Sukarindrasana. To do this, bend one knee at a time, bring the feet down to the mat. Working on our left side first, so you can hopefully see this if this is not familiar to you. Draw the left knee in towards the chest, interlace the fingers on top of the left shin, pulling that knee in, and then flexing that left foot very actively. You're going to draw the outside of that left ankle to the top of that right leg, near the knee, and then that left knee opens up. Now this is an external rotation here of the femur, so you're going to feel this already in your hip a bit perhaps. So this is stage 1. If this is good for you and you're like, whoa lady, I'm cool here, stay here, all right? If it's available, of course, you can go deeper. Your left hand goes in the space between the legs that you've created, and your right hand to the outside. You interlace the fingers on the front of that right shin. You're pulling that right knee towards your body to deepen this pose. Again, left foot is very flexed. Go ahead and flex the right foot too, just so you have like that balance in your body. You remember to protect the left knee. And this is stage 2, which you can of course stay at. Or for these last few breaths, if you want to bring a little bit of hamstring work, you're going to release the right calf and then straighten that right leg. Maybe drawing the hands to the outside, walking them up your leg, perhaps getting to the foot. Wherever you are, you're going to pull the leg towards you. Still working that hip, still keeping the left foot flexed, and then also bringing a little bit more focus into the leg muscles on the right side. Last breath here. And then gently releasing, coming back nice and slow so that both feet return to the mat. Beautiful. Switching to the other side. Right knee comes in. Flex the right foot. Draw the right outer ankle to the top of the left leg. Right knee comes out. Level 1, hold here. Just enjoy this. You can even push a little on that right leg, maybe the left hand on the hip to make sure that your sacrum stays down to the mat. We're going to level 2, threading the needle, drawing the hands, clasping on the outside of that left shin. And of course, level 3, if you want to join with that, extend the left foot up, draw the hands to the top of the left leg, anywhere you can reach. Right foot stays very flexed. Holding here. Just a few more breaths, guys. And then slowly start to let yourself come out, bringing the feet back to the earth. For a moment, let the bottom of the feet come together. Let the knees fall open. Just doing a supine butterfly here. Maybe resting one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Or just on the fronts of the legs, whatever feels good for you. Just taking those couple of breaths here. Especially nice in a Hatha practice when we slow things down. And you get these moments to allow the body to absorb the work that it's done. And you have that beautiful Shavasana to look forward to as well. Just a few more moments until that happens. Alright, use the hands on the outside of the legs to help draw the knees back together. And final pose before we move to our Shavasana is going to be a lovely bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. So this is a nice inversion. It's always great to, if you have time, to bring an inversion into the practice, to kind of help revitalize the body, bring fresh blood flow to the upper part of your body. All right, very important when you do this that the back of your head stays connected to the mat. So you're not going to be twisting your neck, risking any injury in the neck area. All right, so hold here for a moment, really feeling that connection of your back and the back of your head to the ground. Your hands are palms facing down beside the body with your arms in a straight line. Okay, so nice alignment tips here for our bridge pose. You want your fingertips to reach to about the back of your feet. So I'll kind of give you the distance your feet need to be from your booty. And you want your feet hip-width distance apart. When you come up off the mat, you're going to be lifting up your hips. Be very aware of your knees. Do not let them fall out or in. You want them to be in a straight line from the hips to the knees to the ankles. Okay, so keep that in mind. Hands are beside the body. On your next inhale, start to lift up the hips. Think about squeezing the glutes, drawing yourself up to just a straight line, tucking the chin into the chest. You're looking down like past your knees, and everything is getting squeezed in here. This is a nice gentle inversion. We're not having too rough of a day. We had some beautiful hip opener work. So we kind of want to finish this off with a lovely little inversion here. We're going to do a few rounds of these. So on your next exhale, start to drop down, curving the back, maybe just letting one vertebra at a time release down, and then the hips, your tailbone, come last. Taking a breath here. Preparing for the second round, hands are grounded to the mat. Inhale, start to lift yourself up, pulling yourself into that straight line, squeezing it all here. Now this is great as is if you want to keep it gentle. If you want to go a little deeper into the shoulders, go ahead and draw the hands behind the body, interlace the fingers, squeezing your hands, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Bringing a bit more work into the upper back area. If you're in that hand clasp, gently release the hands. And on the next exhale, again, dropping one vertebra at a time until the lower back reaches. Relax here for a breath. Moving into our final round of bridge. Back of the head still grounded. And then on the next inhale, again, lift yourself up, squeeze it all. This is it's a gentle version, but it's really great for those glutes. You really think about squeezing all the butt muscles here, working your bum. And if you're balanced, you can either go into that hand clasp if you like that, or if you have the balance, you can think about releasing maybe one leg at a time, floating one leg up, just working here in the bridge pose, but doing it in a very controlled manner. Not wrenching the neck here, just moving the body, kind of playing with this pose a little bit if you like. But keeping that line from the hips down to the knees to the ankles. Last bridge here, so really hold, squeeze it all, bringing fresh blood, especially up to those beautiful thyroid glands that we have in our throats. And then we're going to slowly release it, releasing the hands if you're in the clasp. Again, letting each vertebra come down one at a time. And at the bottom, move to your Shavasana. So finding yourself down to the ground, coming into our beautiful last bits of today. You're going to let the feet fall open. The toes are wider than the heels. Feet are a little wider than the hips. And then the arms relax by your side, with the palms facing up so your shoulder blades can fully connect to the mat. Back of the head is connected. And of course, your eyes are closed. Your face is fully relaxed. And arriving into this gorgeous Shavasana, giving your body and your mind time to absorb, to integrate all of the work it's done. If you find your mind wandering onto the future or reliving the past, don't criticize yourself, but just notice it. And after you notice it, draw the attention back to your breath, back to the sensations of your body, the spots of the body that are connected to the ground, the feeling of the breath moving in and out. And try to stay there. begin to wake yourself up, keeping your eyes closed throughout this process. Just gently start to move the fingers and the toes, making small circles with the wrist and the ankles. And then drawing your knees in one at a time towards the chest. Coming into a final big, beautiful hug. Squeeze the knees in, hug yourself here. And then turning the body so that the right hip and the right shoulder come towards the ground. And then draw the left hand to the mat in front of your torso, pushing into that left hand and the right arm to draw yourself up and coming into your final seated position today. You can just sit cross-legged, or maybe take butterfly or half lotus or full lotus, whichever you like. We're going to hold in this seat for a few moments. Keeping the eyes closed, let the arms relax at the side, palms facing up to the sky. And if you created an intention for today's practice, remember that intention now, knowing that all of the work, all of the energy that we spent today went to a purpose, not just physical exercise, but when we share our positive energy to ourselves, when we direct it to another, there is an impact. So just feeling gratitude for the work that has been done. And closing off by bringing the hands to the heart, palms gently touching. We'll finish the practice as we began with our 3 big deep breaths, moving the arms in a circle away from the body on the inhale until the palms touch. And on the exhale, bring the hands back to the heart and chant Om if you wish. At the bottom of that 3rd breath, holding the hands steady at the heart. So exhale, press the hands tightly together. Inhale, arms wide, all the way up to the top. Palms touch and Om. Second deep breath in. And last big inhale. With the hands steady at the heart, feeling that vibration, feeling that sense of calm strength, knowing you can carry this out into the rest of your day. If you did enjoy this time with me, feel free to hit that like and that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will look forward to seeing you again on the mat very soon. Namaste.